When it comes to punching, especially in a fight or in some intense sparring rounds, we don't want our shoulders fatiguing. We don't want them giving out to the point where we're going, oh, I can't hold my arms high enough, or I'm so tired here that I start losing that snap. I have 3 drills for you today. They're gonna help solve that. Regular price, $300, now down to $99. My 2 courses, my offense course and my defense course, in this package bundle for a spring deal. Guys, this is something that doesn't come up that often. Jump on savings and up your striking level with my offense and defense course. Link down below. There's only about 10 days left on this deal. Now we are discussing how to get those shoulders just so well conditioned that you don't burn down and you're not going to be slowing the pace as you are sparring and trying to punch and light this person up. Equally on defense, if you're trying to block shots and your shoulders are fatiguing, that's no good. We want them relaxed, we want them loose, and we want to have constant energy. How do I do this? How do I go about training this outside of just punching lots? But here's a story. Actually, first I'll give you the number 1 drill, and then I'll tell you the story about shoulder conditioning. So for the first conditioning drill, all you need is a hand weight. How much is it? I prefer somewhere between 5 and 7 pounds. This one is 7 pounds. This is gonna burn my shoulders down a little bit more. Maybe I can't be quite as quick. 5 pound, you can be a little bit faster and maybe go for longer. What are we doing with this? We're very simply holding it up at chest level. I don't always hold in the middle. Sometimes I'll go slightly to the outside. And what I'm gonna do is release it and drop it. But the other hand has to catch. I'm not just switching, I'm actually letting go and trapping it and trying to bring my hand right back up to this level. I do this rapidly. It looks easy at first, but this is hard. Number 1 for the timing, because you have to be quick. You have to work that speed. You have to get that good hand placement. And of course, holding a weight out with an extended arm gets very fatiguing. But once you add in that burn down of switching arms constantly, I would go for this for 1 minute. Just 1 minute straight, fast. See if you can make it through. You throw the clock on and you just start. And to get 1 minute of this, you're probably gonna do something like 200 plus punches, essentially. Just drilling away. This one here is something I've been using for, I don't even know now, 10 plus years. And like I said, shoulders, heart rate, and a little bit of speed worked in there as well. Now, quick story time before we get to drill number 2. In the past, when I was in the early stages of my amateur career, I would find I'd be in the fight, like actually competing, and my arms were getting heavy. And because they were getting heavy, I would just be going, oh gosh, they start to drop a little bit. And I wanted my hands up. I wanted to be very defensive. So I went, what am I gonna do to counteract this? I'm gonna go to the bag and I'm gonna punch. I'm gonna do like 5 minutes of straight punches. Burn, 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 burn. But for some reason, next fight, shoulders were still fatigued. I went, I need to come up with a drill or a number of drills, the ones I'm sharing with you today, that are going to put different stress on my shoulders, burn them down in unique ways from punches, but that will then allow me to keep those arms up high without that fatigue coming in during the fight. Since I've been doing these drills, shoulder fatigue is non-existent. It's never a concern. I've not been in a fight since the later stages of my amateur career, which is kind of like 2008. All the way up to now in my pro career, never had, oh my gosh, my shoulders are fatiguing. These drills make all the difference. And again, you only need to do 1 minute, 1 minute of each of them throughout the week, a number of times. It doesn't have to be in your training camp. You could just be at home and be like, you know what? I'm gonna do one right now. Drill number 2 is with a set of 3 pound weights. Doesn't exactly have to be 3 pounds. If you're a little smaller, you could do 2. If you're bigger than me or you have great shoulder conditioning, you could do a 4 or even a 5. You're gonna take these weights, you're gonna put them out to the side, and you're gonna do arm circles forwards and arm circles backwards. I would go 10 seconds one way. I'm not just doing slow circles. I'm actively trying to go for speed. Now, obviously it's hard to get good speed, but I find when I start increasing the speed, it's right back in here. that zone starts getting very fatigued, along with my traps, along with my shoulders. If I just do this, it just kind of isolates right there. But with that speed, 10 seconds this way, 10 seconds this way, back and forward I go for the whole minute, it's gonna light you up. And if you've already been on my channel, you know I have an extra one where I add in this and straight punches high. You can search for that, shoulder conditioning, if you want. But 1 minute of this, and you're gonna start to feel those arms just get so much stronger. The final drill, which I added in to change up the push-ups, give a little bit of variety. Because on the push-ups, we're getting some triceps, some chest. It wasn't going to my shoulders enough. So I went, what is gonna burn down my shoulders? I call this plank to push-up. So we go down to our plank position, we come one hand, the other hand, and then back down. The trick on this one is not to just do this. Not just lift your elbows off the ground, kind of like skull crushers. We want to actually bring our hand back to where our elbow is and then push off with that one arm. I would go 10 on one side, and here's the speed that I want. 1, 2, 3. Once I hit 10, other side 4, 5. And I would go 1 minute. 1 minute straight. Now that might sound easy, but this is the hardest of all the drills by far. You're gonna start off and be going, wow, I'm so fast, I'm so fast. By the time you get to about your 3rd or 4th rotation, you're gonna be going, oh, and you're gonna be dying. Try to see if you can keep 60 plus of these through the minute. If you can start getting closer to 80 or 90, that's fantastic. That's amazing. But in my experience, many people cannot do that. These 3 drills are going to just up your shoulder conditioning so much, add them to your routine, and you will reap the benefits. And a little extra bonus tip for anybody who's made it to the end of the video. If you have your own bag at home and you're wanting to do something with punches to increase your shoulder conditioning, try literally leveling up your punches. Not all the time, but sometimes. You could do something, little routine for 1 minute, being like, okay, at chin level, I'm gonna go for speed. 10 seconds. Next 10 seconds, a little slower, but punching up high on the bag. 10 seconds here, you're gonna feel that burn, you're gonna work on the recovery, let the heart rate slow. Once the 10 seconds are up, and then back up high. Get that elevation in your punches, and that'll be something else to just get those shoulders conditioned.